Thank you for having me. My name is Greg, and it is truly an honor to be here. I've learned from every conversation I've had so far with you, and to be in a room with this wall-to-wall talent is an honor and a privilege, and I'm grateful to be here. And to the country of Serbia, I have no notes. Your food is good. Your people are nice. Your city is beautiful. I did notice one thing. The moment I got off the plane, it seems like Serbian men come in two sizes. NBA power forward or angry village grandfather. I'm allowed to say that because my family is Slavic, and as time goes on, I become less NBA, more village. And that's okay. But I didn't come here to just make jokes. I came here to meet you. Because I work in developer relations, and that's my job. I'm not in marketing, and I don't know if ActiveCampaign knew that when they let me come, but it's too late now. I'm here, and they can't stop me. So when I flew here, I think I made a mistake. I filled out, when I bought the airline ticket, I somehow indicated that my food preference was some like extreme veganism, because the morning of, because we flew all night, the morning of, they served us, everyone on the plane, like a hot meal, and I got a protein bar and a bag of dried banana chips, and it was okay, but it wasn't what I wanted, and that's kind of what developer relations exists for, is to meet people doing the work. Because we are, if you haven't heard of ActiveCampaign, that's okay. We are an automated marketing platform that ultimately our goal is to increase your revenue with and reduce manual labor. And that would be cross-channel communications, SMS, custom email, automated customer journeys, and that's me, sort of, when I had longer hair. But and my job is to find the right marketing tools that marketers need, and not banana chips 2.0, real usable things that customers want. And ActiveCampaign has grown dramatically. In the last few years, we're hundreds of employees all across the world. We have over 150,000 small businesses that use us as our main marketing driver. And but that's not that exciting, because it's 2026, and there's a lot of competition. And we had to make a choice, and that was, do we bolt an AI a chatbot onto our existing in an antiquated system and say, we have AI too, everyone. We've all used those. And or do we flip everything upside down? And we did, and it was difficult. And you are also facing a huge task of like an overwhelming task. And so I want to talk about some of the things we learned in that journey. I'm not here to sell ActiveCampaign. I don't make a commission. So if you have tools that are working, I want to encourage you to keep using those tools. If you don't, luckily my colleagues also flew in from Dublin. They're way better at talking about this than I am. But before that, I want to talk about a smaller company. And when I mean small, I mean 2 people. Pavela.io is a company that I founded. It is a company that is helps people navigating a uniquely American problem, which is healthcare and insurance. And maybe not uniquely American, but it's a secure platform. It's got AI. It helps HR teams and people utilize healthcare to their benefit. And we didn't have a budget. Josh and I, when we founded the company, we didn't have a budget. So I got to be on the developer side and on the user side. And we tried a lot of AI tools that promised to alleviate the work. And I'm going to call those tools prompt generation machines, prompt response machines, right? You enter in something, you get a response back, and it's okay. But it could honestly, okay, so you type in, write me an email about our platform's newest features. And you will get an email, and it'll have a call to action. It checks all the boxes, but it's like soulless and not, it's just, it's like when you know it when you see it, that it's, or I should say you know it when you don't see it. Like, this is missing something, right? And I don't know if that's your experience with prompt fatigue, but ActiveCampaign is actively, I need to say that word too many times in a day, actively realizing that about people and that there's a problem. And small companies like this, that is a bread and butter of ActiveCampaign, and we also have platforms that are marketing platforms and resellers that use us, and there's just overwhelm. So if you're feeling that, I'm feeling that too, I understand. Here's the problem. You have to iterate on what a lot of these platforms generate. And you would think, isn't that the point? Isn't that a good thing? Maybe, but the problem is, not the problem. Don't you have something to add to this? Don't you have previous successes? Don't you have something here? So you have to mold and shape the output of what they create for you. So like I mentioned, that prompt where you just create an email, you get it back, and it's okay. It has a call to action, it's great. But it's missing something. And so you go back and you reprompt. You say, actually make it sound more casual and encouraging. Mention we're a secure AI platform that'll help them navigate their healthcare, and our customers are in their 30s and 40s. You're just like slamming more into the prompt, you know. And the trap is that it gets worse, weirdly, because you don't have you're now patching something that's broken instead of creating something that's new. And the more specific you get after you've started, the more you're fighting the output instead of directing it. That's a problem with my CS. There's a little circle here. Add circle outline. Oh, I learned in the AI that they like that, though. So this is helping my AEO. You have a prompt here, and this is what we always see. What do you want to create, right? And that's how everyone reads it. But here's a mindset that I'd love for you'd have, is you read it like this. What are you trying to accomplish? Either of those two prompts can end with something, right? But the second one is going to get you where you need to go faster. I want to talk about 3 things you can add before you get an AI to write your next subject line for an email. You need better context earlier. Number 1, constraints. Not what it needs to do or what it should do, but what it can't do. For example, Pavella, we don't call people users, we call them caregivers or participants. Don't use emojis. If you use the word synergy, I will drive to the data center and burn it down. You know, like that kind of thing, right? Not really, but you're laying out constraints, right? Number 2 would be a hero example. You have previous wins. What was an email or 2 signals that you sent that really worked? But don't just include them and say, like, these worked good. Say, like, why they worked, right? Customers engaged with it for this reason. And number 3 would be the so what, which would be what, and not the why. And the answer is, the why is not so we can sell more. Because if that's what you're doing, I would say, do better. Like, do better than just, well, we're going to sell more. Like, the answer is you're trying to affect change, right? A change in mindset. And explain that, like, I want this email to change the mindset of, you know what I mean? Like, get into it. Those 3 things, you're going to see better responses. Here's our brand. Here's our tone. We're warm. We're a little funny. We're never corporate. Here are a few emails they sent before that really worked because recipients like the quick, actionable tips and the encouraging tone. Never refer to our customers to recipients as customers. They are caregivers. Now I dare you to see what's going to come out of that. So let's say you do that, okay? And it was a huge success. Congratulations. No good deed goes unpunished. You got to do it again next week. And then you try to do it again, and something's wrong. It's not as good as it was before. Why? I don't know. But I know why that's probably happening is because I don't know what you're missing, but I know you probably have a broken loop. And this is what a broken loop is. When your last campaign finishes and you want to start the next one, you're starting over. You're trying to remember what worked. Or if you're like me, you're just slamming it into like a giant like prompt and hoping that like where you have conflicting information, it can just like figure that out, you know? And I heard a couple of snickers go, I'm guilty as charged. And So you have a tool to brainstorm copy, another for tools for spinning design, another for sending campaigns, one for analyzing metrics. But none of these tools know what the other is doing, let alone what your audience is actually resonating with. Is your metrics AI influencing your design? Is the open rate of your CRM influencing your subject lines? Let alone, is all the data curling back? And here's what I mean. This is what it costs you. Every campaign is essentially your first if you have broken loops. You're getting smarter, but your system isn't. You are spending tokens when you could be investing tokens and getting compounding results. Here's a 10-minute exercise that you can go back to your team and talk about. And I'll call it a loop audit. That loop audit would be take 3 campaigns, your last 3, right? And we'll call it A, B, and C. And say, what did the learnings of A, did they influence B? Where did they go? Did B influence C? Like, just take 3 and say, or did the data from A go and die at a CSV? I always joke when a coworker says, it's on a Google Doc, I think in my head, Google Docs are where data goes to die. And it's like the pasture of data that no one wants to read. You know what I mean? Like, everyone has 1,000 Google Docs. Is that where it is? Is it dying? Is it on a dashboard that no one's reading? How is it influencing it? And you may need to close the loops manually until you can find a tool that will do it for you. I was going to say, start a Google Doc, and I realized, one that you're going to read. No, like a winning signals log, right? That, like, where you're at least manually trying to close that loop. And that's what ActiveCampaign has been working on. Our customers were asking for a system that grew. And we always throw out the term autonomous marketing. And then we found out that customers kind of freak out about that. Does anybody have kids here? Does anybody have kids? Would you let a Roomba babysit your baby? Why? They're super cheap. They're great. No, you would never do that, right? A small business is their baby. They're never gonna so they say autonomous marketing, you mean I'm not involved? No, you're super involved. You're just now the boss of this team that's responding and doing things autonomously. That system, excuse me, is called Active Intelligence. And this is what we've been working on for the last couple years. Just having AI is no longer a differentiator. It's not even that exciting, to be honest with you. I mentioned that ActiveCampaign had a choice to make. You can integrate AI, you can be AI first, or you can be AI native. And our users and your clients deserve more than just response content generation. They demand and deserve a team of agents that you could either put together yourself with closing that loop, or the ActiveCampaign. And these are kind of siloed autonomous things. They're not like, oh, you're not like, make me $1 million, please, and enter, and then you get $1 million. That'd be cool. I wouldn't be here if that was but there are systems that attempt to that, and I've never seen that go well ever. But these are systems that workers, for example, BrandKit is one of the agents that comes and it pulls all your design, the way you write, your fonts, things like that. It pulls it into and accurately, perfectly emulates that in marketing campaigns, and then continues to observe your website. So as you make changes, you don't have to forklift it over to the new to your content. As your marketing emails, you can just focus on the design of your website, and that agent will autonomously work on that. And because I'm an engineer and I have view of pre-prod production things, we have the BrandKit will not just do it once and look at your website. It's also going to look at competitors and tell you that there's been changes in the industry. Your competitors released this. Here's some responses that you could have for that. It's pretty cool. And But there's an unlimited amount of tools that you can integrate in. And so as you choose tools and you're feeling overwhelmed, we did a lot of research. This is the 3 words, you're going to see this on our website a lot, that we hold up as whether or not a tool should be integrated in. Is it following one of these 3 things? And you'll see goals at the top. And I would say goals and your unique customers, right? We could, small business has been what our bread and butter. Like, it's made ActiveCampaign what it is. We're not going to abandon that. You have unique customers. So you have that going, just like we have that going. If you have goals, set your goals at the top. What are you trying to accomplish? Like the so what? So imagine, activate, validate. Let me show you some examples. Do you have tools that help you imagine new ideas, right? Even better strategies, content, audiences, and then activate, which would be executing accurately and orchestrating, and then validating is taking those advice, right? So validating, like, is it feeding it back into your data, right? You can manually do this. That's why I'm saying ActiveCampaign is here we can give you these tools, but you also have tools that you know and love. If you don't have any tools, you don't know where to start, unabashedly, I'd just say, you're getting left behind, like, you're signing up for ActiveCampaign, like, just cut to it. But, like, if you have tools that you use already, just look at them in this rubric, and then you'll know whether or not something's fitting or building. And if you're saying, hey, I am super good at imagining, like, I am the king of that, right? I'm king of, not really, but if I am, I'm king of the imagine. You need tools that are going to back up this. Like, find your weaknesses as your team, and you'll find out what you need. We've built a lot of tools that fit into this, like campaign builders, personalization, analytics, reporting, business goal refinement, suggested actions, template generators, signal calendars to match the cadence of customer profiles, brand kit, which I had mentioned before, and individually personalized outreach generators here on the right. Here's a screenshot of me using it on Pavella. This is the brand kit. This is like real time. This is what it did. And it just pulls everything, emulates it, learns about our business, and uses it. As we built, you don't drop immediately into a prompt at ActiveCampaign. ActiveCampaign asks you about your business because we're building that context, because we found that, like, customers burn through tokens when you just go, what do you want to make? And people go, emails, right? And then it's garbage, and they're just like, but if we run this before and we're getting context, better context, we have better results at the end. So let's go back. We talked about imagine, activate, validating ideas. You have everything ActiveCampaign has. You have smart people. You're here. If you only have one person, you're here. It's impressive. And you have the ability to integrate tools, just like we do. You have data that you may be, some people are data-driven and some are data-burdened. Either way, you need this data. And it's never been a better time to be able to actively activate that data. With MCP, with agent-to-agent frameworks, you can start closing that loop. ActiveCampaign has an MCP. In fact, we have a Webflow MCP connector that's coming soon, because I wrote it. And one thing that, let me tell you a story. You have smart people. ActiveCampaign has smart people. Our CTO, Chai, I had dinner with him a few months ago, and my brain says, oh, you know what will impress Chai? Talk about something you don't understand. And I went, vector databases, right? Right, Chai? Pretty cool, right? I didn't know anything else about them, right? And Chai goes, yeah, very responsive. When used within a metrically induced high-dimensional embedded manifold, of course, well, obviously, when semantically proximity to operationalized via non-Euclidean similarity kernels. And I went, I know, right? Actually, that's not what he said, because I couldn't tell what he said anyways, right? And I'm hanging out with you marketers, and I'm going, I know, right? I'm saying that a lot, because you're incredibly smart. You have what it takes. You just maybe need to close your loops and start activating on this data. And maybe you have too many tools that you need to close your loops, refine your tools, and engage with what you're good at. We've been collecting data since our website looked like this. 2003, right? But we hadn't been activating it either. So we're learning together, right? Now ActiveCampaign has a mountain of data, like of signals that we can activate on. But you might too. Do not be discouraged. The tools are there, and you can do this. ActiveCampaign is here to serve you with that, but there is something that, that we do not share, that you have, and we do not have. We'll never get it. And that's you. You're not being replaced. You're being promoted. When we talk about autonomous marketing, you have employees, even if you're a solo entrepreneur, you have data, you have tools, but they're just running wild. Refine, close your loops, and become manager, or not even manager, director of this, right? Your tastes are refined. You're good at what you do. So stop endlessly generating and dream bigger, like dig deeper, right? Find a way to get a return on your learnings. Do a loop audit. So every campaign is not your first. And if you close those loops, you can start generating excellence, not just content. We are here to serve you as a company. We would love to answer questions for you. We would love to give you resources as you need it. And you don't have to adopt ActiveCampaign entirely. We can piecemeal things out and whatnot. And we'd love to talk to you about ways that we can help you interact with your data and start getting it under control and start becoming boss of what you want to do. It has been a pleasure. Thank you. And I'd love to talk to you more.